I'm not a historian by any stretch of the imagination when it comes to the Middle East. And I don't want to oversimplify anything on either side, but I heard something yesterday that I thought you might find interesting. I've listened to a lot of people on Clubhouse and on other forms of social media. I've listened to both sides, and what's going on is gut-wrenching. I was having thoughtful discourse with somebody yesterday, and he posed the question, do you know how long it took to capture Osama bin Laden? And I want you to think about that, because the second he asked me that question, I knew exactly where he was going with it. But there's more. So to answer that question, it took at least 10 years to find one person. One. I think most people on both sides would agree that nobody wants to have anything indiscriminately sent anywhere on either side, pew-pewing innocent people. But let's just say, for example, that I'm walking down the street and I'm Haas, and then there's somebody else walking down the street from a military group that is in full garb and has a uniform on. And so one of those can blend in and the other one can't. That's the first thing that I wanted to share. The second thing is the level of complicated labyrinths and underground systems that are in place with people that are whole mission is to get rid of an entire population. And so you have to think about that component of it, because if you send troops on the ground, which is one of the arguments that I've heard, you're going in blind. So what options are there? You go in blind when they know who you are, but you don't know who they are. It took 10 years to find one person. And so how are you supposed to send in ground troops? So that gives them an edge, that they can do anything to the Israeli side. But even with all the technology that we have in the world, you still don't know who somebody from Haas is, because they blend in. So what are the options? It's complicated. So I just wanted to bring some thoughtful discourse to the situation, because people are oversimplifying it by saying, well, you don't want to just randomly do things, because then innocent kids. We all agree to that. But you tell me, what are the options? Because ground troops is not necessarily an option, because of the reasons that I just shared with you. And it took 10 years to find one person.